right, guys, we have our second full day of eating of the off season today. So we're like starting week 5 right now, which is crazy that it's flown by that fast. Food is at 330 grams of protein, 750 grams of carbs, and 50 grams of fat, which puts us at 4,837 calories. So we're getting up there, but I mean, I ended last off season at 6,000 calories. So anything that's not around there, I don't consider high food anymore, because that was like a whole nother experience. But we're keeping things like pretty clean. Well, 100% clean. Like I haven't put in like frosted flakes or honey or any like sugary condensed carb sources like that. I do have dates in, but that's honestly just more for the fiber than like trying to get carbs in. Like my appetite's really high. Everything's in a good spot. If you're wondering what I'm doing here, I'm putting rice in egg whites. I don't know why. I just like, I have sourdough and eggs, and like I don't want to eat like 250 grams of sourdough. So I just do half of it from rice, and I just mix it in the egg whites, and it's good. So I'll do some spinach in here as well, because trying to make our food a little bit more colorful this year, not be so lazy about it. I don't want to be eating dog food. Spinach in the bowl, rice in the bowl. I'll do what should be like a gram of salt, but I don't have a quarter teaspoon out yet in the new apartment. Just spilled half of my salt on the counter. Just salt and pepper for everything. I don't really use anything else. And then alongside this meal, we have pineapple. So it's 100 grams of pineapple, 150 grams of rice, 350 grams of egg whites, and then 130 grams of sourdough. So took my check-ins this morning, as you guys saw, and condition is like drastically improving every week. I was 243.2, I think, this morning. So pound up from last week. Honestly, like I was planning on making a bigger food jump this morning because last week I was kind of stagnant around 242, and then today, like start of the new week, my weight went up a pound. So I decided to just go up 25 grams of carbs today. I probably could go with not adding any food, but because of how lean I am and because of how much of a better look I get every time I'm adding food, I'm not gonna shy away from it, right? So if you're adding food and the look is better and you look leaner, you probably don't need to be as reserved as, when you're deep in the off season and you add food and you get a little softer, and you add food again, and you get a little softer. Like right now, every time I add food, I just look better. I look bigger. I'm more vascular. I have more, fucking lines in my glutes, like lines in my chest. Like everything just looks better every time I add food. So I'm not gonna be super reserved right now. Also, it's only a 20-week off season. It's not like a prolonged, 25, 26 week push. So I wanna make sure that I'm pushing body weight up, and I don't wanna spend like weeks on end, kind of like I have been, hanging around, the same body weight. I wanna make sure that we're getting at least a pound per week rate of gain, So that's kind of the update. You guys saw the check-ins already, ran through them, and that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna finish cooking this meal. We'll sit down, I'll show you the finished product, we'll eat that, and then we'll move on to meal number 2, which will be my pre-workout. All right, y'all, so this is the finished product of meal number 1. Got 1 whole egg, 130 grams of sourdough, 350 grams of egg whites, 150 grams of white rice, 20 grams of sauerkraut, and 100 grams of pineapple. Here I have my berberine, digestive enzyme, and a betaine. So that's pretty much the everyday breakfast. I have the same thing essentially every single day. This is always meal 1, has been and will be until I get super sick of it, which I haven't for a long ass time. So basically what I do, this is a huge bowl, by the way. Costco has like a 4-pack of these massive bowls. If you ever get up to those peak off-season days where it's like 400 grams plus per meal of rice, these are great. But basically what I do is I just grab a piece of sourdough. I used to like dip it, but I kind of just do like a bite of each. I'll take like a bite of egg whites, bite of sourdough, and then usually I dip my bread in my egg that's like over easy, but I don't have a lid right now for my pan. So I have to like flip my egg over so it makes the egg yolk all hard. So We're still kind of piecing the place together, but it's all right. We're getting all the little details. Hopefully in the next couple weeks, I can actually like pan the camera around and it doesn't just look like shit. Yeah, the apartment is on its way, but that's meal one. I'll put up the macros right here and I'll see y'all for meal two. All right, guys, meal number two going down. It's only like 30 minutes past breakfast. I'm actually just prepping this for later because me and Liv are gonna go to IKEA. But also, I wanted to show you guys how I make my cream of rice because I get a bunch of questions, more so from like clients than just like people on Instagram, of like how to make the like perfect cream of rice. Now, there's a bunch of ways to do it. People like theirs more like thin and soupy. Some people like it more cakey, like thicker, higher volume, lower volume. Like there's a bunch of ways to do it. I'm just gonna show y'all how I like to do it. I have a water kettle, so this boils water. That way I don't have to throw it in and out of the microwave, right? So this is my method, and most people do this that have to make cream rice like multiple times a day. It just makes it a lot quicker. So get a water kettle, they're cheap. They make cream rice like 10 times faster, and I feel like it turns out better too. But basically 110 grams of cream of rice, and I'm gonna do 3 times that in water. So we got 330 grams of boiled water. If it's not boiled water, just do regular water, and then you're just gonna throw it in and out of the microwave for like a minute at a time, and then you'll just stir it in between and just throw it in and out until you get like a good texture. So basically just stir it up till it comes to like a smooth, thick texture. If you have any lumps or chunks in there, just break it up, make sure it's nice and smooth. I'll show you guys what this is supposed to look like before you add in your protein. So that's the next step, is add in your protein powder. I actually tried flavored cream rice for the first time the other day. I tried the Bowl of Gains, which is really good. I just don't add the protein powder to the Bowl of Gains, like, or any flavored cream rice, because then you're just gonna fuck up, you know, the reason that it's good, right? Because like it's just gonna taste like whatever protein you put in it. So what I'll do with the flavored cream rice is I'll just like make a whey drip and I'll just like pour it on the top. So I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's kind of just like this thick texture like this. This is when you're gonna add your protein. 110 grams of cream rice, 55 grams of whey. Add in our protein, and then you're gonna stir it up super thoroughly. It's gonna look thick at first, and then it'll kind of soften up as it absorbs. So just be patient, whisk it until it's super like smooth, I guess. As you guys can see now, it's like this really good smooth texture. I don't really know if you guys can see that or not. I don't know. Stir it up, no lumps or clumps, and then you will throw it back into the microwave. It depends on the power of your microwave, I've found, and like your amount of cream of rice as to how long you want to put it in there. I'm gonna put mine in for like 45 seconds. Take it out, check it, make sure it's not like too soft, but we also don't want to overcook it because it'll be like dry on the inside. So I'll show you guys the end result, but it should be kind of somewhere in between. Like you want it to be firm, like kind of like a cake, but it should be soft. Like it should be like a moist texture. Gonna top it with 120 grams of bloobs. That's perfect. So as you guys can see, it's kind of like a cake, right? So the outside is kind of like crispy, but the inside is still like moist and soft. So this is perfectly cooked, right? So it's like a big cake, but it's not runny and it's not dry as shit. So a lot of you guys that send me pictures, like clients, it's either a bowl of soup or it's fucking burnt as shit and it's like a loaf of bread, okay? So somewhere in between there. 120 grams of blueberries in. Last thing, topping it with 15 grams of almond butter. This thing has like nothing left, so hopefully it has 15 grams. Oh yeah, we'll be good. Kind of just drizzle it around. This one's not gonna be great for presentation purposes, but you guys know the recipe now. And then lastly, I'll top it with cinnamon. I go pretty crazy on the cinnamon. And then I'll put, this one's my pre-workout, so it's gonna get 2 grams of pink salt. Still need my freaking quarter teaspoon thingy. This is the finished product. So the last thing I'll do to this is I'll put sugar-free syrup on top because I'm broke and I can't afford Bowl of Gains. I can afford it here and there, but I'm not gonna be eating 200 plus grams of flavored cream rice a day. So to make it not taste like a bucket of dirt, I just use some sugar-free syrup. So I'll put like a serving and a half. People hate on sugar-free syrup, but then they eat stuff like flavored cream rice. And I'm like, it's all fucking artificial sweetener, you know? So it's the same shit. This is just the budget version of Elevate cream rice. But that's pretty much it. I will pack this in a lunchbox, eat this while I'm out, and then I'll show you guys my post-workout meal after the gym, and that will be the third meal, and then we'll have another 3 after that. Okay guys, so I just got back from IKEA. I already ate meal number 2. I know I'm in the same location the whole video. Let me flip this. This is my my post-workout. So right here we got 300 grams of rice, 100 grams of pineapple, 30 grams of dates, and then 150 grams of chicken. And then I have 50 grams of carbs in intra. This will be, this is a Powerade, and then like 15 grams of Carbolin, and then pre-workout, and baby. Hey, say hi. Say hi. Yeah, that works. That's better than a wave. Yeah. Perfect for the video. But yeah, this is my post-workout. I really like this post-workout. Last off-season I was doing Frosted Flakes and whey. I'm trying to keep away from the sugary shit like that, at least for the time being. But when carbs get higher, I probably will. But right now I'm kind of just trying to keep it as a meat and rice meal for as long as I can. Yeah, that's it for meal 3. I'll have the macros right here, and we'll move on to the next one. All right, guys, back with meal, this is number 4. So this one is one of my favorites. I really like kind of breaking up the carbs and putting sourdough along with the chicken and rice. So we have 230 grams of jasmine rice, 100 grams of sourdough, 75 grams of mixed veggies, and 150 grams of chicken, and then 20 grams of sauerkraut. I also got a betaine and a berberine, and then I top it with the goated black truffle sauce. You guys know that I use this on everything. But this is one of my favorite meals. It's about probably like an hour and a half since my post-workout meal. That one just like goes through me really, really quick because it's just really fast digesting carbs, and it's like post-workout, so I'm starving. I don't even take like a betaine or a berberine or any sort of like GDA post-workout because my body's just like, it burns through it immediately after training. And I'm usually ready to eat another meal. It's like 60 to 90 minutes post-workout meal. So this is meal 4. So we only got 2 more for the day, or wait, yeah, 2 more after this one for the day. Yep. Okay. I will see you guys at the next one. All right, guys, back with meal number 5. So this one's pretty similar to the last one. Got 220 grams of jasmine rice, 75 grams of veggies, 150 grams of chicken, and 20 grams of sauerkraut again. And then instead of subbing with some sourdough, I have 100 grams of pineapple and 3 rice cakes. So I'll put the macros for this meal right here. I'm gonna smash this, and then I have 1 more meal for the night. I know it's gonna be some bowl of gains, cream of rice. I don't know if I wanna do just regular cream of rice or if I'm gonna make some waffles, like the protein waffles with egg whites. I don't know, we'll just see what I have the energy for, because the waffles are kind of like a little bit time consuming, but they're pretty good. So yeah, this is kind of what the meal looks like, and I'll see you guys with meal number 6. All right, guys, I am back with the 6th and final meal of the day, which I told you guys earlier it was either going to be cream of rice or waffles, and it's going to be cream of rice tonight because it's pretty late. It's like 11:30. I'm usually in bed like an hour ago, but today's just kind of been backed up a little bit. But went with the bowl of gains tonight. I restocked. The gym that I work out at sells this at the front desk, so I can save on shipping, which is pretty sick. And I get a discount on top of that because I work there, so it's pretty sick. But this is kind of what it turns out like. It's like a big ass brownie. This bowl is really hot. I can't hold it much longer. But yeah, basically this is 90 grams bowl of gains, and then 3 times water ratio, and then I microwave it for like 90 seconds. So I kind of microwave the shit out of it because I want it to get like a little crust. And then this meal gets 100 grams of banana, 2 rice cakes, 10 grams of almond butter, and then 50 grams of whey. So what I'm gonna do here is, since it's flavored cream rice, I'm not gonna mix my whey in with it like I did earlier today. I'm gonna do like a whey drip. So what I'll do is I'll take one of Blair's little baby bowls, and what you want to do with the whey drip is add in your protein. So we got 50 grams, boom, 50 grams. And then I'm going to take it to the sink. You guys aren't going to be able to see me, but I'm just going to put a tiny bit of water in it. And it's not going to look like much. It's going to look like you need more water, but just stir it and be patient. And it'll kind of turn into like this frosting sort of texture. Fuck, I just spilled. This is why we have CapCut, so we can edit shit out. All right, I kind of made it a little bit soupier than I want, but that's kind of what it's looking like. Usually I put a little bit less water and it's like thicker. It's more of like a frosting, but this is fine. It's just a little bit thin. But that's no big deal. But basically what I do is I just drizzle this on the top, and then I'll top it with like my banana, my almond butter, maybe a little bit of cinnamon and salt. Actually, like sometimes I don't like too much whey drip on here, and I'll just like fucking eat like half of the bowl of whey drip before I put it on, just so the protein powder doesn't like overpower the cream of rice. Cause like low-key, like anything above like 50 grams of protein in a whey drip is like a fuckload of protein. And it's not like I have like a super fire protein powder. I just use like the bulk Costco bags. So I'm gonna like sit here off camera and eat like half of this bowl of fucking frosting, and then I'll put like the second half on here. Now I got like half of the bowl left, quarter of the bowl left, and I'll put that on here just so it's not like fucking up my delicious loaded gooby pieces bowl of gains. So I'll just have like a thin layer of whey to stick all of our toppings on. Only bodybuilders will understand leaving this much banana in the fridge and not just finishing it like a normal person. And then 10 grams of almond butter. And then I'll just do a little bit of cinnamon on this. Okay, cool. So this is the finished product. I'll go ahead and show you guys. So this is the final meal of the day. We got, let me just read this off one more time, make sure this is right. So we got 50 grams of whey, 100 grams of banana, 10 grams of almond butter, 2 rice cakes, and then 90 grams of bowl of gains gooby pieces. So pretty solid way to end the day, guys. It's basically like a brownie. Cool, so that will conclude today's video. I'm going to smash this and basically go straight to bed. I got pushed tomorrow, had a really good pull session today. Like I mentioned, I don't even know what I've mentioned in today's video. I've been in this fucking kitchen all day. But what I was gonna say is the body's changing really well. Every single week, it seems like I look different. I look leaner and I'm heavier. Performance in the gym is just going up and up and up. So we're in a really good spot. Pushing into week 5 of the off season already. And I'm pretty much in as good a spot as I could be as far as like, you know, taking things at the right pace. Like it's really important to not, you know, like gain weight too quickly. You know, I like to hang around like a pound a week rate of gain. This first 4 weeks I've gained 3 pounds. So I was a little bit under that, which is fine. Cause I'm just like watching my body change and watching gym performance go up. So there's really no need to, you know, add more. You know, you want to fuel your performance, not just like your appetite or your ego. Like there's really no merit to like rushing adding food, because it's not like you can only gain muscle so fast, right? Like you're only going to put on so much tissue at a time. And if you just like jump the gun, especially with like a prolonged off season, you're just going to ruin yourself for the rest of it. Your appetite's going to go to shit. Your digestion's going to go bad. You're going to, you know, run your body fat up too quickly and you won't be able to push as long, or your prep is going to be shit. So, you know, right now, like I'm hoping to prep after this off season. Like that is the goal, is to do Battle of Texas after this off season, hopefully, and be in a position to prep after this is done, right? So I don't want to be fat as fuck. I want to keep things very controlled. So right now we're in a really good trajectory to keep it that way, right? So last off season I peaked out at 263, but that was like a really watery 263. I was on like fucking Anadrol and insulin in the last like 4 weeks, and my weight went up like 10 pounds. So realistically, I was like a solid 255 before those changes, before like I became like a water buffalo. So realistically, this off season, if I can get to around 255 to 260, but with the same basic condition that I have right now, that would be a really big win for me. I definitely think I can get to 260 with this conditioning in the next 16 weeks. Like that's a lot of fucking time, especially with like how my body's responding already so far, just feeling and looking a lot different every week. So things are going really well. I will keep you guys updated. This has been episode number 5 of the off-season series already, so we'll keep it pushing, keep the weekly uploads going. If you guys aren't following along on my Instagram, Ian Lewis Lifts is the Instagram handle. If any of you guys are interested in one-on-one coaching, go to my website, ianlewiscoaching.com, or you can DM me or apply on my application on my Instagram at Ian Lewis Lifts. So that's it for me, guys. I hope you guys appreciated and enjoyed the video. I tried to keep the meals a little bit more interesting today. I mean, none of them really changed. Like, my presentation was probably a little bit better, but like, that's pretty much what I eat every day, guys. Like, nothing really changes. I'll do like some carb swapping here and there if I get really tired of eating a ton of rice. Like, I mean, you guys saw me like swap for sourdough or like rice cakes or something. So that's pretty much the extent of how my diet changes. It's pretty much the same every day, but I'll just make little swaps. You know, sometimes if I really wanted like peanut butter instead of almond butter, swap those. If I wanted like more meat and rice meals, I could do that and do less cream rice meals and just macro match it. Like that's pretty much the extent of how my diet fluctuates. It's pretty much the same every day. This has been a new addition. I was just eating regular cream rice every single day, but I've been getting this and just doing it like once a day. I try to sometimes like ration it out. I'll do like half regular cream rice, half bowl of gains, so it like lasts longer. Cause this shit's expensive, bro. Like I could not eat that, 200 plus grams of cream rice a day. That's like I would be eating like 10 servings a day, and the bag is 21 servings. So like, fuck that. I'm not buying that much cream rice. Anyways, I'm done yapping. You guys are sick for supporting me and watching this far into the video if you're here. So appreciate it. I'm gonna eat this and go to bed because I feel like I can't even fucking talk right now. It's so late. I'm not used to being up this late. That is it for me. Catch you guys next week.